You're listening to the world of business and taxes with Mike Lodge, keeping you informed. So let's get started.
And welcome to the WBT. This is Michael Lodge on another day of talking about business and taxes. And today we're going to specifically talk about the IRS letter that you just got in your mail. And you don't know what it's about. You're afraid to open it. I know, because I've got clients that are afraid when they just see a letter that says IRS on it. So the IRS is sending out letters to gather more information about you, or to do a letter audit, that is called now a letter review, on your tax return. When you get these letters, do not panic. Remain calm and call your tax practitioner. But the most important thing is to read the letter for yourself and read through the letter. It may be simple enough for you to respond to it. But if you are still unsure, call your tax practitioners. That's why you're paying them the big bucks, okay? So the IRS mails out millions of letters every year to taxpayers for a variety of reasons. Keep the following suggestions in mind on how to best handle a letter or notice from the IRS. 1. Do not panic. Remember, I just told you that? Do not panic. Simply responding will take care of most IRS letters and notices. Number 2, do not ignore the letter. Most IRS notices are about federal tax returns or tax accounts. Each notice deals with a specific issue and includes specific instructions on what to do. Read the letter carefully. Some notices or letters require a response by a specific date. What I would suggest that you do, scan or fax the notice to your tax practitioner for their review and response. They have everything there ready for you. They know how to respond to the IRS in their terms, and they can do it a lot faster for you also, and in a more compliance way. Number 3 is respond timely. A notice may likely be about changes to a taxpayer's account, taxes owed, or a payment request. Sometimes a notice may ask for more information about a specific issue or item on a tax return. A timely response could minimize additional interest and penalty charges. Usually, it is better to have your tax practitioner respond because they have all of your documents in their office. Sometimes taxpayers misplace many documents given them in the tax season or at their tax appointment. Call your tax practitioner to help you on this issue. It is really, really the best approach. If a notice indicates a changed or corrected tax return, review the information and compare it with your original return. If the taxpayer agrees, if you agree, they should note the corrections on their copy and the tax return for their records. There is usually no need to reply to a notice unless specifically instructed to do so, or to make a payment. However, now that's IRS terms, because they want you to just move on and get it done. But listen, if you do not agree with the findings of what is in that letter, call your tax practitioner and have him or her respond for you. They can usually resolve the issue with the IRS better for you. The IRS will always want you to, read it, agree, and pay it or do something with it. But honestly, if you don't agree with the findings of what the IRS says, you can dispute it. Even in the letter, it will say you have so much time to dispute it. So you have that ability to challenge them on that issue. Don't be afraid to do it. That's why you have a tax practitioner. Number 5 is taxpayers must respond to a notice they do not agree with. They should mail a letter explaining why they disagree to the address on the contact stub at the bottom of the notice. Included information and documents for the IRS to consider and allow at least 30 days for a response. Remember, it is a letter to have your tax, it is better, to have your tax practitioner respond for you. They will use the words the IRS understand and can form a correct argument in response. And we always call it an argument because that's usually what you're doing. But it's better that your tax practitioner, since he knows the tax law and he knows how to respond to the IRS because he or she is dealing with them on a daily basis. So they pretty much know what is needed by the IRS to solve the situation. Number 6, there is no need to call the IRS or make an appointment at a taxpayer assistance center for most notices. If a call seems necessary, use the phone number in the upper right-hand corner of the notice, because that's where it's going to be, up in the upper right-hand corner. Be sure to make a copy of the related tax return and notice when calling. Always have your tax practitioner go with you or have them make the calls for you on your request. All you have to do is sign a power of attorney for them to represent you, and you're taken care of. Number 7, always keep copies of any notices received with your tax records. We do that here also in this office. Every tax notice that you get, we keep it in your file. And if at any time we need to go back to it, it's there. Okay? Your tax practitioner should have all of the documents used to prepare your tax return. However, you may have to provide your backup documents, such as your receipts for meals or travel or receipts for business expenses. You may have to produce those. And let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you this. Documentation of every line on that tax return is very important. Do not make up numbers you can't support. So many times when tax clients come in, you can always tell when they're making up numbers because their eyes go directly up to the ceiling. How much did you spend in uniforms? And up goes the eyes to the ceiling. Oh, $400. Well, I always tell my clients, if you can't support that number, don't tell me it. Because if I have to represent you, I want to make sure that number is supported by documentation. I know I'm kind of strict in that, but that's just the way I am. We need to be able to document anything that the IRS questions us, okay? So, most of the letters are easy to respond to. But if you need a review of the letter to make sure you have read it correctly and would like some help in responding, call your tax practitioner. That's what they're there for. If you would like our firm to help you, just send us a tax notice. Send us the tax notice to info@lodge.co.com so we can review it and respond to it. There may be a fee for that if you're not an ongoing client, but we will respond for you and get you a resolution to that tax letter you've gotten. So just remember that the IRS sends out these letters. Please do not panic. If you need some help, get the assistance from your tax practitioner that you went to, or call our office. And you can call our office at 877-778-1770, and we'll try and help you through the process. Visit our website at www.lodge.co.com and learn more about what we can help you with. So that's it in a nutshell on how to respond to a tax letter that you may be getting. And the IRS sends out thousands and millions of these things. And there are people all around the country who get them and they get scared. And I hate it when clients get scared because normally it's a simple thing that can be resolved through your tax practitioner's office. So don't be nervous when you get these letters. Respond to them in a timely manner. Read through them so that you understand, so that you can talk to your tax practitioner about it, and then you can resolve the situation. So that's it for today. Don't panic when you get those letters, and you will be able to resolve it. That's it for today. This is Mike Lodge for the WBT. If you want to hear all of our podcasts, you can go to www.wbtpod.com, and we have everything there. And also, if you want to see the transcript of this podcast, just click on that. Just click on the icon that says WBT blog. My mind went blank there. Sorry, it's early in the morning here. So WBT blog, and it's right there, and you can read through it. Again, don't panic. It's just a tax letter. This is Mike Lodge.
Thank you for listening. Join us again tomorrow.
Stay informed with the world of business and taxes with Mike Lodge.
Have a great day.